Well, here we are. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Alliance versus Viking.gg in the Epic League. I think it's day 6, something like that. Who knows? But even still, Alliance versus Viking, it should be a pretty exciting match to watch. Viking have been playing pretty well lately. Alliance has been a little bit on and off, so we'll see if maybe they're going to be a little bit more solid this time. But I'm liking Viking.gg lately. Let's see if they're able to take this series as well. They ban out the Morphling and the Slardar, so an Alliance just take out the Io and the Faceless Void. Pretty standard bans there, to be honest. We'll see what Alliance are going to grab for their first pickup. They're actually going to lead up with a Tusk. Yeah, so that's most likely going to be in the hands of Hanskin. That's that'll be the position 4. It's always a nice hero that can rotate down to the mid lane and try and set up a couple of ganks for a Limp in the mid. So Alliance is probably going to be looking at picking up a position 3, which is happy to be in the lane on his own. Something like a Doom or an Underlord. Potentially something like that could be coming out for S4 this game. Maybe even like a Dragon Knight. I mean, hey, even a Darkseer. It's not something you see very often anymore, though. It's very rarely picked up in the pro scene. It used to be a massive pick, but he's fallen out of favour with a lot of teams. You only ever really see him in pubs. But yeah, it's early doors. We'll see what able to get. Oh, there is actually a graphics bug there for some reason. It is a Lina pick, but it's not showing it. A little bit confused about why. Goddamn Dota TV, making no sense. So there is a Lina and an Enchantress. So the Lina's most likely going to fall into the hands of Solari in that, not Aramis, sorry, for the position 4, and then Solari will be taking the Enchantress to position 5. But it is very flexible here at the Lina, so it could always fall into Boom's hand for the mid lane. It's not really something that he runs too much for the mid, but he definitely can play it. It is in his repertoire. So I mean, if maybe the situation arises for him, they could just swap that around to the last second. We'll have to wait and see. And that's already using quite a bit of their reserve time just for this second pick now. Already used half of it. Using all their reserve time. They're finally going to pick something. Who's actually going to be the Darkseer? Darkseer? Bloodseeker. Ugh, where'd I get that from? That's terrible. So here's the Bloodseeker. So that'll be in the hands of S4 for the position 3 role. Sorry. It is a hero that can sustain him quite well himself with the with his passive, getting the lifesteal from the creeps. So it's still going to set up Hanskin to be able to rotate rounds this Tusk. So we'll see what they're going to pick up for Limp in the mid lane to try and actually use this beneficial rotation that's going to be coming around from this Tusk. Maybe a Queen of Pain or something. Death Prophet perhaps. The possibilities are endless. It's early doors yet. But Alliance, they ban out the Lifestealer and Viking take out the Phantom Assassin. So they ban out. I mean, with the Lifestealer ban that came out from Alliance, Viking could potentially grab up the Mars pick. Because it's always annoying for a Mars to lane up against the Lifestealer. Just Rage just really counters a lot of his spells. Well, counters all of his spells apart from Bulwark. Who cares about Bulwark? So could potentially see Viking use that and abuse the fact that Alliance have already banned out its true counter. Get a free ban in that way, I suppose. Alliance are heavily focusing a lot of their bans on position ones that have sort of built-in magic communities. So there's our heroes that can lane quite nicely against the Bloodseeker. Just so every time he pops his Blood Right, you know, a Juggernaut can just spin, or a Lifestealer can just rage up and then avoid all the damage that comes out from that. So that, in that scenario, it does make sense. What other sort of carry would really be able to avoid the Bloodseeker Blood Right quite efficiently? Not for sure. Position 1 puck. Heck. I highly doubt we'll see that coming out. Actually just use their third ban. For the Timbersaw, take that away from Toby to take into the off lane. So it's still just probably see maybe the mid or the core pick up now for the side of Alliance, or maybe just pick up the position 5 first and then move into the 1 or the 2. What sort of position 5s will they be likely to be picking up, I wonder? Maybe something like an Oracle. I think FNG does quite like to play the Oracle quite a bit. Oh, they're actually going to take up the Venge instead, and there's still a Drow available in the pool. So this could be quite a nice. So that could just be the way that Alliance are going to shift their team play. I mean, Viking, they could potentially snatch the Drow themselves to avoid this combo, but a Drow up against a Bloodseeker is pretty rough. You know, so you'll just use the Rupture on you. You're forced to try and run away because you never like people to be close to you. But if you try running away, you're just taking 2 million damage yourself. So instead, Viking's going to take the Chaos Knight. Most likely that's going to be the hands of Toby for the off lane. I don't think they pick it too often for Shad for the safe lane. Pretty sure they don't. So yeah, it's most likely going to be the hands of Toby for the off lane. It does combo well with the Lina as well, seeing as how the Chaos Knight has the guaranteed stun set up, and then it sets up for an easy LSA coming out from the Lina. It is quite difficult as well for a Drow to lane up against Chaos Knight, because the Rift just pulls the Drow in super close, and then a couple of easy stun setups, and she's super squishy, so she does fall quite quick. So I think Alliance are really thinking about whether they still want to go down this route, and they are actually going to still commit. So I mean, as long as if Nico Baby is able to keep like really correct position and just try and make sure that he's always on the opposite side of Chaos Knight, he might have a relatively decent time. Could potentially even see them try and mix the lanes up a little bit, and maybe Alliance might run this Drow in the aggressive lane to try and dodge the Chaos Knight. I could actually grab the Phantom Lancer as their actual position 1 pickup. So it is a hero that does have a good way of dodging out the Blood Right that comes out from the Bloodseeker. As soon as it's about to pop off, all you got to do is Doppelganger. So I'm quite liking Viking GG setup so far. I'm definitely thinking that they got a slight advantage so far, especially in this laning phase. I mean, it's not like the PL and the Enchantress will be able to get like easy kills onto the Tusk or the Bloodseeker, but the Phantom Lancer just really counters what these two heroes want to do. Because even if Tusk traps him in with the shards, it doesn't matter. He just doppelgangers over the wall whilst dodging the Blood Right. So it's a really nice combo coming out here from Viking. So it looks like both teams are just after their mid laners. This invisible Lina is really throwing me off. Like, it's really confusing me for some reason. So we'll see what they're going to pick up for both these mids here. So maybe Alliance want to grab something that can benefit from the Venge and the Drow's auras as well. Death Prophet could be quite nice. Even a Puck to some extent. Puck, yeah, the Puck could be good to try and set up for some early ganks onto the Phantom Lancer, getting that silence off, makes it so he can't avoid the Blood Right, and also force the PL to build into something like a Manta. I mean, it's not like a Manta on PL is terrible, but you'd rather just get some other items instead. Instead, they're actually going to take away the Underlord. I mean, it does make Alliance, they don't really have some clear frontliner. The Tusk and the Bloodseeker will be running around making a little bit of space, but it's not like there's sort of like a guaranteed wall separating the Drow from the rest of the enemies. Let's see what they do pick up for this mid lane. Maybe something like a Nature's Prophet could be pretty good for Alliance. Definitely benefits from the Vengerers. But, I mean, they got 2 guaranteed stuns on the side of Alliance. They are both, like, sort of long projectiles, so it would be relatively easy to dodge them for the PL with the Doppelganger. Everyone else on the side of Viking GG obviously doesn't have that little benefit. So I think this could definitely be a Nature's Prophet coming out for Alliance, put into the hands of Limp for the mid lane. I know that S4 definitely loves playing that hero, but they've already got the Bloodseeker. And let's potentially put the Bloodseeker towards the mid lane. I think they're probably just going to wait and see what Viking.gg pick up. And it's going to be a Storm Spirit. So a Bloodseeker could actually be quite nice in the mid lane, to be honest with you. Just for those early levels, because the Storm Spirit's attack range is pretty poo. That he will struggle to actually get some easy last hits. And then the fact that the Bloodseeker obviously is not really going to get too many easy connections with the Blood Riot on the PL in the off lane anyway. Yeah, I could see that happening. Yeah, I think that might not be too bad. Okay, so I'm just going to go for the Puck either way. So he's still a hero that does benefit from those auras. Plus gives him a little bit more utility in these fights. Has the silence for the Storm Spirit as well. So probably Boom's going to be forced to try and build in for a Yules then. Because he's going to need some way of purging off these silences. So you've got the Puck silence, you've got a Drow silence. You also have a Bloodseeker silence, but obviously that's not as reliable. Plus with the Yules you'll be able to dodge the stun that comes out from the Venge. And the Snowball from Handskin. Yeah, Yules could be pretty legit on Boom this game. But yeah, looking at these lineups, I think that the lanes top and bottom for Viking are actually going to go quite nicely. Just Shad should have a relatively okay time up against this Bloodseeker, and Toby and Aravis are probably going to be able to apply quite a nice bit of pressure on Tanuka Baby and FNG. Especially if FNG is going to be able to, Aramis, sorry, is going to be able to drag those Crook Waves back and just pull Nika Baby into a little bit more of a dangerous position in the lane. So I think in that respect I am favouring Viking. I mean, yeah, especially if Boom does build out Yules. If he still tries to just go for that Orchid Rush, then I think he's going to suffer a little bit. We'll have to wait and see, you know. Everyone has a different opinion in builds. Turn on that light behind me because it's damn dark in here. Hallelujah! Big light plays. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm still going to say Viking.gg for me. I think that's the way this game's going to go. But it's not like it's a super amazing, like, their draft is a million times better. I can still see Viking.gg, not Viking.gg, Alliance, sorry, still having a pretty decent time. As long as if they do have some like really decent position, they just don't get caught out. Very quick pause.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Looks like potentially Alliance might be heading 4 down towards the bot lane to try and go for a first blood. They've got a nice set of skills between these 4 heroes that can do that. Even going to use a smoke now. So Hanskin, he can either go for the shards or the snowball situational, and the magic missile that comes out from FNG. Plus the frost arrows from Nico Baby as well, so it's going to make this quite a nice potential first blood pickup. Oh, they are going to move on to the high ground, but it's actually going to get popped by Soleri. He's going to be forced to run away, but unfortunately enough for them, no one's actually in range, so Soleri will manage to survive. If he stayed around this area before moving up to here, he probably would have been killed, as they would have been able to wrap around behind him. But Sixth Sense there from the Ench. Everyone needs to stay away from that high ground. They're just going to rotate around, swap sides of the map. Viking's going to play Radiant this game. Alliance going to do Dire. Not something you see very often. Oh, and another pause. God damn, so many pauses. What? Yeah. I got really confused then. I thought this little circle made by the ping was where the bounty was going to spawn. I was like, what the fuck's this? I thought it was like one of the things that their little statues spawn on, but never mind. My mind's playing tricks on me. Welcome to the Space Jam, mofo. Let's just have a look at all their things. It's actually there's a little wisp on. Neo Armstrong, Cyclone, Jet Armst. Jesus Christ, that's a long name. That's a very long name. Is those the only 2 statues? That's weak. What's that all about? What's Alliance got? Alliance haven't got any. What's with these guys? Why have they not got any statues? Even I've got statues. What are these, professional players? Doesn't seem like it to me. Lacking skins. Oh. Disconnect, reconnect. Disconnect once again. Looks like Boom might be having a little bit of a tough time with this one.
That wasn't too bad.
Oh boy.
So S4, you should be able to secure this top rune. Probably will force Shad to go for an early point into Doppelganger, but I mean, if he's using the Doppelganger to dodge the blood right here, then that should just set S4 up to get an easy bounty rune. Unless he's just going to man tank it. Want to try and win that right-clicking war. Pardon me. Is gassy. Looks like she's doing some weird, like, trustful, just diving forwards. What's this all about? Very confusing how she just floats. I mean, yeah, sure, she's a pyromancer, but why does she float? It's the same as Crystal Mancer, Crystal Maiden. You know, she has frosty powers, but why does she float? It's very strange. Very strange indeed.
The moon drives you to delirium.
The moon drives him to stay DC'd. Come on, Boom. I want to watch this game. You're taking ages, man. Big booze, mate. Big booze. Those applauses, all they do is remind me of Auto Chess. Auto Chess back before it got monopolised and turned into loads of spin-off games. Damn, he must have some really crap internet. It's taking ages. Checktown. This Boom lives in a little village. No wonder why he's got naff internet. Bloodseeker is a strange person, isn't he? Can you actually see his eyes under the mask? No. Does he even have eyes? I guess not. Doesn't need him. I suppose he just goes purely off the sense of blood, I imagine. That's how he sees. He's even got these weird, like, hoof feet things. They're like paws, they're not hooves. They're like wolf paws.
Smart.
Very strange. Oh, well, we are a go. Boom is back. The game is running. So we're back to this little standoff. Who's going to get these bounties? Both teams going to dive on for them, I imagine. Who's going to walk into harm's way? Aramis has got the LSA trying to set up for an easy grab, but Alliance are actually going to force everyone back. Hanskin's even just going to go snatch that other bounty rune. Shad did manage to get the other one. Oh, maybe FNG did get caught by the LSA with the stun that came up from Toby. He's dropping pretty low. And the first blood does actually end up falling. Aramis gets it. Toby does pay with that with his life. But even still, that's first blood going towards Viking GG, so they get that little bit of extra gold. Ooh, they nearly could have been caught out by the LSA there with that long TP. But everyone else on the side of Alliance still managed to bail in time. Even Solari, he's still hanging around bottom. He would have TP back up top. Just wanted to put that little ward there. Not even just about blocks the creep camp. S4 just get bullied a little bit. Is forced to pop his healing salve already. Ooh, just gets cancelled a little bit. Costs him 200 HP. That one auto attack. Painful. Imagine being this crazy blood hungry person and being ran down by Bambi. How's that make sense? Doesn't to me. So Shad, Jesus Christ, his creep wave's miles back. Oh, it looks like he is actually going to miss out on this. Oh, no. And then it changed direction again. It was running towards the tower to go kill itself, but then it decided, nah, I'm going to go get this PL. Get a little bit of extra experience. S4's trying to get some sort of rotation around the back, but Solari just grabs up one of these mud golems. He's going to be able to chase him down. Oh, I actually missed the first blood down bottom. My bad, guys, but Nika Baby does fall from Toby and Aramis, so there is that. Just as soon as they got level 2, got the Reality Rift online, Chaos Bolt set up with the LSA. Even Aramis going for Fiery Souls rather than just going for the quick magic damage burst of the Dragon style Slave. Even then, LSA did connect on FNG. Didn't look like Toby wanted to commit forward there. But even still, S4, he's just running away this entire time. Solari nearly getting the courier of Toby. He's going to be able to get the finishing hit. He's only one attack away. It's super close. He's trying to dive between the trains. He's going to be able to find it. He gets the final attack and he dies. Woo! And that's courier dead. Lots of false hype there. But even still, S4 is already suffering quite badly. Only just turned level 2. Meanwhile, Shad halfway towards his level 4. How's this match going up in the mid lane? Boom. 16-1 to the 14-5 of Limp. So Limp's definitely... He's a bit ahead. Sure, he's 2 CS behind, but he's 5 denies. So that's going to give him a little bit of a XP advantage. If he carries on like that, those level disparities do end up having quite a large impact in that lane. So we'll see if he's able to keep that up. Blocks out the Earth Shards, but then again, Doppelganger, as I was saying in the draft, is easily able to evade all these sort of like damage lock-in abilities coming out from the side of Alliance. They're actually going to start focusing now on the Solari, but he's taking quite a bit of damage now himself. He's going to get the tier 1 tower safety, so he's not going to fall yet, just yet. So Hanskin just takes a lot of damage in return for that. He's going to be able to snag away this Double damage room. And just managed to evade the auto attack there from Boom that would have cancelled out itself. Sure, I was going to say he does have his bottle, but he does have his bottle, so it's even a bottle double damage. It's even nicer. And Boom's bottle is now empty. Plus a level behind. He's got to be careful. He's going to take quite a bit of damage from this. I'm surprised Lip actually fell back there. He could have just potentially just kept auto attacking away and maybe got a very aggressive kill. Maybe he wasn't sure if Aramis was still around to potentially set up for an LSA. Could have got him killed if that was the case. So far down bottom, Nika Baby, sure he did fall for early run in the lane, but he's doing not too bad now. Pretty similar CS to Toby, but Toby does have a few more denies than him. It looks like it's actually going to be 3 for 1 on the bounties as well, so there he's able to snipe both the top two. Nika Baby needs to be really careful in this lane every single time that Aramis is back. Because there is just going to be so much damage between these two heroes. Especially if Aramis go in this 1-1-1 build. Got quite a lot of utility to work with. This is little Harpy, just going to be harassing out Limp. Pretty damn annoying. Even going to force Limp just to use a bit of his mana just to get rid of it. Shad is having a completely fine time up here. He's not too worried at all. Oh, the shards into the Blood Right with the tag team. And that sets up for a super easy kill. Solaire is the only one that can really fall to this combo in this lane. Shad's is completely safe from it, but poor old Bambi doesn't quite have the fortunateness to be able to evade such things. Oh, in the mid though. Aramis did end up getting a stun onto Limp, held him in place long enough for Boom to get the rotation round. It manages to get an easy kill onto him. A little bit of misuse of the ball there by Solaire. Ends up costing the charge for Boom. Naughty, naughty. Yeah, so it's all going pretty well so far for the side of Viking. Boom's now having a much nicer time in the mid. He's actually rotating up to top, smoked up with Solaire now. They're going to try and set up for a gank onto either Hanskin or S4. S4 obviously would be the ideal target if they can find him. Zip forward from Boom, zipped all the way into S4's range. Does go ahead, but the snowball save comes out and it's going to hold him back for now. S4 does pop the Blood Right, but it's not going to be enough to save him. Now Hanskin just in full retreat. There isn't going to be enough to actually keep him locked down. He's better to potter on back to his tier 1 tower. So there's just even more space now for Shad. Not that he was really pressured at all beforehand, but even still, a kill's a kill. Slowing down S4's game. I'm quite surprised that Toby and Aramis haven't tried to go for some more kill setups onto Nika Baby. I mean, they do have, between the two of them, they do have quite a bit of damage, but I think Aramis has just been heavily focused on making some rotations. I mean, it has made a bit of space for Boom, which slowed Limp's game down a little bit. So that definitely makes sense in that respect. Boom is still building for that Orchid as his first item. Not too worried at the moment about the silence potential coming out from the lot side of Alliance, but he even rotates that down to bottom now. Set up there from Toby, and that's just going to be an easy kill onto Nika Baby. No support available anywhere near him, so drops pretty quick. He's just a pretty squishy hero after all, especially with these two heroes that can easily get on top of him. Oh, but in the mid though, Limp, he commits his Stream Coil, connects onto two of them. They take quite a bit of damage, but there's no follow-up. So unfortunately, they don't get any sort of connection from that. Even Boom rotates on the side. It should be a pretty easy kill on Hanskin, but the magic missile comes out from SVNG, keeps him back for now. Even the jump forward from Limp does a lot of damage to Solaire, brings him down. Even Aramis is getting pretty low himself. We're just about to go for the LSA, but he gets dodged by the phase shift there from Limp. And he actually ends up being a double kill. Looks like they want to try and go for more. The stun connects from FNG. Even Nika Baby's rotating around himself. He does actually end up dying for this. There's going to be another kill going on to Boom. FNG actually snags that one up. Toby's rotated around. They're going to try and... He wants to try and get kill onto Hanskin, but the silence comes out, and Toby can't do anything. He just falls. Hanskin does this on drop in. Solari managed to rotate around. Now they're going to focus their efforts onto Nico Baby. Shad's even tried to join in for this, but they just don't have enough lockdown. He's going to be forced to go back now. Nico Baby will take a lot of damage from this illusion. Take a lot of damage. One more crit from the illusion. Nah, it's not going to be enough. There's even the stick charges. Brings Nico Baby up to a nice healthy amount. But even still, pretty chaotic little fight there around the mid lane. It does actually end up costing 4 lives on Viking, and only 2 people on Alliance die, and it's both the supports. So very nice plays from them. Just seemed like a little bit of an everyone sort of staggered their engagement on the side of Viking. They all just started coming in one by one, proper pub mode. Just maybe if they were all there at the same time, then they potentially could have set something up and maybe turn that whole scenario around. But ends up biting them in the arse in the end. So Boom, we saw then that silence did end up catching him out, and it cost him his life in the end. So, but I mean, he's still not too worried. I mean, he's already started building into the Orchid, so it's too late now. He's committed. Ooh, down bomb. F&G did get caught out by the scan. Even the illusion spotted him, but he goes for the TP out. Shad's actually even rotated around here. Maybe just a little bit too afraid of trying to farm up his safe lane now. Goes to the safety of the off lane, seeing as how Nico Baby's rotate out. Looks like Limp and Hanskin, they're hanging around this tier 1. Maybe want to try and set up if anyone shows himself. They don't get any white luck. Ooh, Limp's actually going to TP towards the bot lane. They want to set up for an easy kill onto Shad. He does manage to get the tower, but I think he's going to die before this either way. Even the silence, follow up, magic missile. Nico Baby gets the last hit. So it's pretty easy kill there onto the PL. Just caught out all alone. But hey, at least he did get that tier 1 before he fell. I thought maybe someone on the side of Alliance might be able to get that deny, but no such luck. Looks like Limp and F&G, they found a grab now onto Toby. They staggered the silence in their stun though, so Toby's going to be able to walk this off. Even Aramis rotate around, connects the LSA, even the Guna Blade onto F&G, doing a lot of damn damage, but he's still just be able to survive, even with a bottle charge coming out there from Limp. We'll keep him up nice and healthy. Well, not healthy, but a fair amount. Oh, he tried to go lucky and find a Heathen South. Oops, there he gets caught out by the shards of Hanskin. It's Walrus Punch. It did a really weird delay there with that attack speed slow. So, a little easy quick kill there onto Bambi. Ooh, nice deny there from Aramis as well. Just taking away a little bit of gold from the pockets of Alliance. Shad actually ended up rotating back down towards this bot lane. He's used his TP. And Alliance have done a smoke up now, so they're on the hunt for him. I think they realised that his TP's on cooldown for 30 seconds. He's just hanging around the trees. He's not choosing to run all the way back. I guess maybe Alliance, they don't want to carry on hunting further. But Viking have done a smoke up of their own now and heading into that same direction. We'll see if anyone's going to run into each other. I think they did spot S4 farming up this creep wave. So they're going to try and collapse onto him. Hanskin's still waiting from behind. Find a little bit of assistance. Zip forward there from Boom. Goes for the connection onto S4, but he's not quite far enough in to get the electric vortex pullback. Even S4 hides in the trees. He just about manages to get the rupture onto Boom. Does dodge quite a bit of that damage due to the zip. Just avoids that damage. But Hanskin, he just manages to get in range with the snowball. And yeah, looks like Aramis is going to fall. LSA only managing to connect onto the Ven. It's not going to be enough to keep him alive. Ooh, Dream Core even committed there from Limp just to guarantee this kill onto Solari. Easy kill there for Nico Baby. So a little bit of a failed gank coming out from Viking. Does cost 2 of their lives. It is just the 2 supports on the side of Viking, but even still, like, if you're not getting anything in return, that does actually end up just costing you a fair amount. As in, you know, not as in gold or experience, but just space really. Space and time that Alliance can maybe spread out and do some other sort of moves. Obviously, though, it's very short respawn time. This doesn't matter too much. So what's Nico Baby? Got his Dragon Lance online, building for that Yasha. So probably just going to be going for that Manta style, seeing how Boom is still building up for that Orchid. He's about 800 gold away or so. Even still, it's not going to have it at a super amazing timing, but we'll have it nonetheless. Eventually. I still think maybe he should have just gone for the Yules though. I mean, he was fortunate enough that there was no one else close enough on the side of Alliance to actually silence him before that had come out. But Limp's already finished up his Yules, so he's gonna be able to even purge off the Orchid that does come out from Boom eventually. FNG. Ooh, I was gonna say, it shovels him off cooldown for a very long time. Oh, maybe they're going to think about the setup there. Oh, they actually commit the Dream Core Resistant Illusion on Toby. Whoopsie daisy. I'm just going to feel bad about that one. I mean, at least Dream Coil is like one of the lower cooldowns of ultimates in this game, which is quite nice. Why is his ultimate 49 seconds? Does he have any cooldown reduction? That's such an odd number. What? He doesn't have one. He's not even got one of his CDR talents yet. He doesn't even have a CDR talent. Wait, he doesn't. Wait, in Rift. So why is it such an odd number? 49 seconds, 45.5 seconds, and then 42 seconds. That's so strange. It looks like now S4 and FNG are going to set up for some moves onto Toby there. There's a rupture into the swap back, holding him in place. He will get hit by the silence. There is a rotation coming out from Boom. They're going to provide a little bit of support. Toby's still able to survive. He's just standing his ground for now. We're going to toggle that armor to keep himself alive. Looks like Boom's going to pay this with his life though. They haven't managed to find anyone in return. Toby, he's going to get hit by the Blood Right, but he's still just being able to survive for now. Meanwhile, the rest of Viking changes their focus. They're going to start trying to get a kill onto FNG. But now, Nika Baby Shad, he's in the front, but he's hit by the silence. Even the tag team doing a lot of damage that's coming out from Hanskin. But FNG finally dives, but he baited everyone in so damn deep that the rest of Alliance just collapses on top of him and everyone falls. Shard comes out, Hanskin just barely misses Aramis, but I think they're still going to be able to get this kill anyway. The LSA just misses, the Snowball Shard comes in, and Aramis will fall. Somehow Toby managed to survive that. I'm not quite sure how he did. But even still, another massive fight going towards Alliance. 4-for-1 trade, only losing the Venge. But you don't even care if Venge dies, because the illusion stays here, still just pumping out these auras. It does not matter in the slightest. There's so much committed from Viking to try and get that one kill. And it ends up costing him absolutely everything. Rod of Atos online for S4 as well. So they got another means to cancel TPs and hold people inside those Blood Rights. Yules online, building up the Lincolns for Limp. So, I mean, the Lincolns will be able to block the Orchids. It'll stop a couple of spells from the Chaos Knight, the Daguna Blade. Look at all these mangoes that no one's picking up. Guys, mango's free mana. Why does no one want free mana? So how's the farm on old Shaddy Boy doing? He's got it diffused online. He's working towards that Manta as his next item as well. So definitely needs a way to purge off these silences that are coming out from the side of Alliance. Looks like Alliance said they're actually just moving into the Roshan pit now. Got the three of them here. S4's joining in. Even Limp's now close by. So they will be able to snatch this pretty easily. Boom did manage to get the Arcane Rune, and I think they will actually spot the fact that Alliance was doing this Roshan. Now see, it's half HP, so they're going to try and commit a few heroes around here, I imagine. They don't want to let this fall for free, when the fact that they can still contest this. This is by no means a free Rosh. Alliance will just go back in there with the tag team. It does a lot of damn damage, and it's getting low. They need to make something happen. Aramis, he actually ends up getting caught out. Blood Right, punched in place. FNG did fall, but it did actually bring them in close enough to get hit by this two-man Dream Coil. They're both silenced up. The Rush gets committed, but it's just onto the illusion. Toby, he's still the normal one safe. Boom does dip out there to get a little bit of safety, but he's got no mana to actually help the rest of his team. Toby's just all alone. He will fall. Looks like Solari tried helping out himself, but the shard's just off the mark, so Solari might be able to disengage. Never mind. Limp's able to close the gap with the Rod of Atos, and then the arrows that come out from Nico Baby sets up for an easy kill. Even managed to get the Roche finish off as well. This is starting to get real out of hand now for Viking. It's only a 3k gold lead, sure, but it just feels like so much momentum swinging in their way. Well, Viking, they need to think of something. They need to try and get some decent pick off. Boom's actually queued up for the BKB. Let's see if he's actually able to get it in time for it to, you know, try and bring themselves back into this, because it's still quite a ways away yet. So we'll probably see 1 or 2 engagements before he does actually have enough to finish off this item. Or even start building the item, mind you. So good lines. Taking rotation to the top. Realising these bounty runes are coming up. Limpy will spy out Soleri, going to try and snatch away this bounty. Might end up costing his life. Even just going to pop the Dream Coil here. Boom's waiting. No, he zips in. Gets connects onto Limp. And they're going to start trying to turn around here. They didn't have enough damage. They couldn't quite get the connection in time there from Toby. Even the eruptions keeping him back in, from jumping onto Limp. Limp just managed to dodge to the side, completely avoids that damage. The Ice Shard keeping Toby locked in place. He will manage to dodge the silence with his ultimate. But even still, Soleri's getting pretty low, still getting focused down by the rest of them. Now Toby's going to start his focus onto the rest of the Alliance. Now jumping forward, but Boom just gets deleted in second. And now it's just Toby left in the front. He's going to try and at least get a return kill onto FNG. He's getting pretty damn low. It looks like he's not going to have enough to get it. Toby ends up falling. Even Aramis fell in the back. And again, another engagement going in the favour of Alliance. And they don't lose anyone. It ends up being a 3-for-0 trade. I mean, Shad's off farming at least, so they have some little bonus that came out of that. It's space created, sure, but it's very expensive space. Very expensive indeed. There's a lot of weight on Shad's shoulders now. He's going to have to, like, do some absolutely insane plays to try and bring his team back into this one. Even another little smoke out coming out from the 3 members on the side of Alliance. So they're going to start heading towards the top. No, they do actually spot the Shad. Went to the mid lane to try and farm up this wave. No, they're going to swap their targets again. I think, yeah, Boom just got spotted by the edge of that ward, I think. So they're going to jump straight onto him. Jump forward from Limp, gets him, hits him with the Dream Coil, then the Walrus Punch follow up. Easy kill, and Boom just falls in a second. Oh, Nika Baby. He's actually just going to get a solo kill onto Aramis by the looks. The silence lasted too long. LSA does come out, but it's just too slow. So nice little solo kill there from Nika Baby. His courier. Ooh, it dies. I mean, to be honest, I think that courier kill was worth more than Aramis' death. 418 gold. But the courier is 100 gold to everyone on the side of Viking. So now it looks like Nika Baby's going to start siege onto this tier 2. He's got the attack range to be able to just whack onto this tower without even getting anywhere close. There is a glyph available for Viking if they want to use it, but they're not going to bother. So tier 2 falls. They're going to swap their attention towards that mid. So what's Toby actually building up? He's been sort of... I mean, he survived for a really long time in these team fights, Toby, but he's never actually able to get much damage done. He's always targeted by this Rupture. And it just makes it so damn difficult for him to get much work done. Shad even comes over and he's like, I need these creeps, and go away. Glyph ends up getting forced out by the side of Viking. I don't think Alliance really cares about that too much. Nika Baby's just going to carry on sieging away from afar because he can. So another tier 2 falls. Only one left on the side of Viking. Meanwhile, Alliance, they got their tier 1 top, their tier 1 bottom. Tier 2 is about half HP, but even still, this map is just shrinking faster and faster. Potential respawn on Roche, 2 minutes 45. So there is no Aegis available on Nika Baby anymore, at least. So Viking have got that to look forward to. He's already working on the his butterflies, his next item. Going to make it a lot more difficult for all these illusions for for Shad to actually do much damage. At least he's got his mantra online, so he's able to purge away a few of these silences and keep himself going in these fights. And he's working towards that Abyssal Blade straight up as this next time. Meanwhile, Hanskin, he does find Soleri. He gets this right. Oh, he does actually spot the direction he's going in. Easy arrows from Nico Baby. Picks up a super easy kill. And Smoke Out now coming out from the side of the line. It's just the three of them. And they're going to start heading up into the high ground. There is a ward here, but obviously they're not going to see that because of the smoke. We'll see who they walk into first. They spot the Eluder. Jump forward for Limp. He actually gets the Dreamcore connection onto Shad. They're going to start focusing him down now. Gets stunned up in place, but now he's getting take a lot of damage, but there's not enough to actually hold him down and bring him in place. S4 actually already makes a rotation around. Hits the Rupture onto Shad. Silenced up as well. There's nothing he can do to survive this. Boom jumps onto Nico Baby. He pops his BKB and stands his ground. Now Boom has to just zip away defensively. Toby's now focusing his attention onto S4, doing quite a bit of damage. They couldn't actually find many people. Limp, he just carries on this aggression, diving forwards, gets another silence connection onto Boom, taking quite a bit of damage. Aramis is trying to set up for an LSA, but he's not, keeps Candlestick changing his mind. Boom gets pretty low. They're actually just going to burst down Limp. Everyone focuses fire onto him, and he doesn't last too long at all. And they just keep swapping their targets alliance. They don't have the ability to focus anyone down. Even Hanskin ends up falling. So it's a 2-for-2 trade so far. Still slightly favouring Viking, I'd say, but even still, it wasn't too bad there from Viking. They're actually just going to smoke up now. They're on the chase. They want to find something else. They see Nico Baby, but they don't have any way of jumping, clearing loads of space. He's going to actually turn around and hit a couple of creeps. He's up on this high ground, so he's got a little bit of space. Toby's going to keep charging forwards, but no one really wants to commit just yet. And Nico Baby is going to fall back there because they were looking for that Reality Rift to bring Nico Baby within pounding range. Couldn't quite find it. Big zip from Boom. Just wants to get that Arcane Rune bottled up. So he's still about 2,400 gold away from finishing up this BKB. Quite a ways away. Looks like Alliance, they're still hungry for more. They will spoil the fact that there's high ground vision here. They'll take that away, but I mean the ward did its job. It sort of stopped that little push coming out. Basher online now for Shad, so he has a little bit more utility in these fights. He might be able to get on top of Nico Baby, and if he gets lucky, hold her down and just try and wreck her as fast as he possibly can. But even still, Nico Baby, he's super close to finishing up this butterfly. He's only 200 gold away. 300 gold, sorry. Oh, Aramis. He's just using the shop. Oh, he goes with the TP out. Fortunate enough for him, FNG didn't use a wave of terror or anything. That would have just been a free kill. But Butterfly now online. This is a nice little power spike for the side of Alliance. See if they're going to do anything with it. Or maybe they might just wait to the next Roshan. He is up actually. So see if who's going to scout this out. FNG does spot it. So we'll probably see Alliance start converging onto that area, but I still don't think it's been scouted out from the side of Viking. So they might be a little bit unaware if any sort of play happens towards that roast. They can use the smoke up. Maybe they're thinking someone could have been potentially trying to set up for a gank onto Shad, but no one actually is around that area. Meanwhile, this is space for Alliances to move into the roast bit. And this is Aegis and Cheese. Look how quickly this falls as well from the tag team from Hanskin to take so much damn damage. It's already on half HP. A quarter HP. A third HP. Alliance are doing it. Memories. Maybe still, Aegis now into the hands of Alliance one more time. Who they put the cheese onto? I'm guessing that was probably Limp as the cheese. Yes, so cheese on the puck. Aegis on the Shad. Not the Shad, sorry. Nico Baby. My bad. Names are hard, bro. Names are hard. So it looks like maybe Alliance is just going to start trying to siege onto this tier 3. Viking, they probably will be able to take away this tier 2 at the bot at least. And then maybe try and take away the Radiant Outpost. Zip forward from Boom. Just wants to try and clear out this creep wave. Doesn't actually get the kill onto any of the creeps. Even still, just NiKoBaby able to siege away at this tier 3 tower from afar. There's so many vision abilities on the side of Alliance that give vision onto this high ground that they're able to just keep pounding away. There is still a glyph available, and they're going to use a cheeky little repair kit. But hey, this is space. Aramis did manage to take that tier 2 down bottom, so he's going to try and take the outposts. The glyph does come out. He's going to force the rest of Alliance to fall back just a little bit. But still, I think Viking, they're okay with this. They've guaranteed themselves at least one of the outposts, so they're not going to fall too far behind on the terms of XP this time. Aramis now up. Jump forward for Liv. He actually gets the Dream Coil collection onto 3 of them, and with the Blood right on top, they're going to take quite a bit of damage. Boom drops pretty damn low. Meanwhile, in the back, Toby's trying to make as much space as he can. FNG does end up dropping, but Toby's going to fall himself. The BKB commits here from S4. He's trying to stand his ground. He's taking a lot of damn damage from Shad. He's going to be forced to try and run back. Zip forward from Boom. They still get the connection. And now everyone on the side of the lines, they just need to fall back as fast as they can. FNG's brought back, then try and come back into this. But Lip, he jumps back in, trying to make some space, but he drops 2. Now NiKoBaby's just going to be caught amongst everyone. Hanskin sat on the high ground. He's going to roll forward, trying to make as much space as he can. He's focusing down onto Shad. Shad, he actually ends up dropping, takes too much damage. NiKoBaby, he's still trying to stand his ground. He finally drops. Now it's his Hanskin. It's 2 supports on 2 supports. That's all that's left. The magic missile comes out. Aramis, he takes it to the face. Buyback from Boom. They do get the kill onto Aramis, but I think Boom's going to be able to clear both of these kills up. There's no way that they can escape from this. Hanskin, ooh, actually, Hanskin got to the blink to the side. Oh, it takes enough damage from Boom, and he will actually end up falling. So, absolutely chaotic fight. Ends up being a 4-for-4 trade. But it was a buyback on FNG. It was a buyback on Boom as well. But it was also the double death on NiKoBaby, as well as actually Limp didn't even manage to use his cheese at that point. So I think that's definitely a nice hold there from Viking. Sure, it cost them a buyback on Boom, but I think they're happy with that. They delayed that push for a little bit longer. It's going to be more time for Shad and Toby to start building up a few more items at least. So what is he building up now? So he's still just working towards. Actually, he swapped out. He's not going to bother with the Abyssal now. He's just going to try and get that Satanic to try and just keep himself alive in these fights. And I really think NiKoBaby, sorry, I think he just needs a Hurricane Pike. He needs some way of making a little bit of space between him and Shad. I mean, sure, Shad, he has the Phantom Rush, so he will always be able to just close that gap. So maybe that's the reason why he's not bothering getting the Hurricane Pike. This all makes sense in that respect. Removes cooldown and minimum distance when you get an eggs on PL for the Phantom Rush. Doesn't mean removes minimum distance. What, you could be there and he'll still Phantom Rush? I suppose it makes sense if it has 0 cooldown. That's quite nice. Definitely not something you would like build into properly. I mean, you could cause a lot of chaos in the fights there. You could Phantom Rush one person, Phantom Rush to the side next, and just constantly jump around. That could be pretty chaotic and it could work. But obviously, that's quite a lot of gold committed just for, I don't know, an idea. Actually even passed the cheese over to NiKoBaby. Really doesn't. They need to keep him alive. They've done a smoke up and they're moving into the dire triangle. I think they realise that the rest of Viking around here, they've even done a smoke up with the rain, moving up. FNG ends up popping the smoke. Boom jumps towards the back, but he ends up getting hit by the Dream Coil. He pops his own BKB to try and stay alive, but there's way too much physical damage. He's actually just about kept alive for now. The rest of Viking try and commit, but Shad, Boom, he still ends up falling. Even Solari gets caught in the blood right. He drops pretty quickly as well. Toby focuses attention on FNG. FNG drops. Now Shad's getting involved. They're focusing a lot of attention there onto the puck, but he's able to discharge. And he managed to avoid a lot of this damage. But now everyone just gets hit by the silence one more time. NiKoBaby's just off on the side, just firing away. Shad, he ends up dropping. There's too much damage coming out. Toby quickly falls as well. And now Aramis gets up caught out. Another kill there for NiKoBaby. He's on a triple kill at the moment. And now Shad's just on the hunt. They're going to find Solari as well. And with the multi-shot, ultra kill for NiKoBaby. Just did so much damn damage in that fight. It's a whole team wipe. How many? Was there a buyback on the side of? I think that was. Yeah, so Solari bought back and Tusk bought back. So it's technically a 2 for 6. Massively favouring Alliance there. No buybacks on Boom, Shad, or Soleri. So they're just going to run straight down this mid lane. I think they're picking out the tier 4s. I think are they going to want to go for it? Well, Lim's focused onto it. It's going to force out a buyback from Aramis. But even still, Nika Baby, he's got a double damage rune online. He's doing so much damn damage. Jesus Christ, look how fast these towers disappear. And there's no buybacks on these 3 heroes. I don't think there's much they can do. Even with the repair kit online, they're going to pop the glyph. So is this going to be Toby and Aramis? Are they going to be able to hold this in time? Toby jumps straight towards the back line, but boy, he just gets deleted! He just gets absolutely annihilated. He's going to buy back again. There's a few more members of Viking up pretty soon. They're up in a couple of seconds. But even still, they've sustained heavy losses. And now it looks like Alliance are actually going to fall back. They're going to pay a little respect, seems how the vast majority of Viking are now back alive. But they've done the damage. The next time they win a team fight, they will just end this game. There's quite a lot of pressure now on Viking to make sure the next engagement goes flawlessly for them. I think just that very aggressive jump in there from Boom put him into a really rough position. I think he just thought it was going to be FNG on the front, but I mean, why would it just be Avengeful Spirit smoked up on his own? It looks like maybe Alliance can potentially just trying to bait out S4. But they're just going to keep this pressure going. They want to try and close this game out now. Not choosing to wait for Roshan, who is potentially up in 30 seconds. Everyone on the side of Vikings keeping their distance. Jump forward from Boom. Does get the silence connection there onto Tusk and then Shad. FNG even falls pretty fast in the background. But Boom once again just gets targeted by everyone. Shad's trying to focus a lot of his damage onto Nika Baby. There's not much left. It appears to be this BKB at the moment. Now all of his illusions are gone. Toby just gets focused down, taking way too damn much damage. Shad now just left all alone, trying to do as much as he possibly can. The cheese gets popped by Nika Baby. First with the silences on top. Can he do it? It's just Shad against the world. Solari's just throwing those impetuses from afar. I don't think it's going to be enough. Nika Baby's getting pretty low. Finally, Nika Baby falls, but Shad drops as well. And it's just Solari left all alone. He puts down the repair kit just before he's about to die. But now they're going to focus onto the Ancient. Even though Lim just manages to grab Solari before he's able to retreat all the way back. Aramis now respawns. Going to make a little bit of space for Solari to try and retreat. But on these 3 heroes left, they don't really do much damage. It's heavily reliant on Nika Baby to do the majority of their damage for this team. They're just poking and prodding. S4 even got the Desolator. Just they're trying to bring this down as much as they can. It's taking quite a while. There's still 20 seconds on no Boom. Even a jump forward from Manskin and Limp. They do get another kill on Aramis. So it's just Solari left all alone. And yeah, they'll call it. They'll call GG. There's nothing that a poor little Bambi can do to defend the Ancient all on her own. So very, very chaotic back and forth. Couple of engagements there in this game, but Alliance do actually eventually come out on top. Just persistence throughout. I mean, you could see the Shad, he just refused to go back, just sat there auto-attacking Nika Baby as much as he possibly could. He does get him killed, but yeah, he brings down Nika Baby with him at least. But even still, Alliance taking that game away, and yeah, we'll see if Vikings going to be able to rebound and try and take this onto a game 3. Hopefully they can, because it would make a very exciting series. It was definitely an entertaining game to watch. So we'll see what magic's going to happen in the second game. But if you guys have enjoyed what I've been able to provide with my casting, then please think about following me on Twitch, Twitter, or on YouTube. I posted on Twitter what I'm going to be casting in advance. So yeah, if you want to support me and you want to carry on watching more, then please stick around for Alliance and Viking Game 2, and hopefully I'll see you there. Cheers.